Hi, I'm Gavin. You may know me from such podcasts as The Talk of the Street, an official Coronation Street catch-up podcast. I'm not wanting to talk in this video about Coronation Street. What I want to talk about today is the TV show Bullseye, which was on in the UK in the 1980s and 90s, hosted by the venerable Jim Bowen. Now, Helen doesn't like darts, I love darts. And this is a quiz show that's about darts and that rewards darts players for being good at darts. So this is not something that she's interested in, which is why I'm talking about it myself here on this video. So just as I go through this episode, unfortunately the quality isn't all that great. This is from the 80s. Thank you to James Booker for uploading this and allowing us all to enjoy this episode of a TV quiz show some 40 years after the event. I think this is worth watching. So let's take a look at it and see what it's about. That's Bully. Bully is the bull.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome your host for the evening, Jim Bowen.
There he is, looking like an ice cream salesman. That's Jim Bowen.
Welcome to Bullseye. Well, we're at it now, well into the series.
He's 28 years old in this.
What about last week? I couldn't believe it last week when the lads missed it. Oh, dear. Let's hope they do it tonight. A nice warm round of applause for the first couple who are going to play with us on Bullseye.
Nice little callback to last week there. Something happened last week. We don't really talk about it in any great detail, but something happened that was unfortunate. Something involving lads. One can only assume that they didn't win the Star Prize, or they were killed.
From Central, John and David Gray.
Now this is something that I didn't remember happening in Bullseye, was that the contestants are introduced by the ITV region in which they live. The ITV used to be made up of many franchises depending on the geography of where you were in the UK. So I was in central Scotland, so my ITV was Scottish, or STV. It was STV, it changed its name to Scottish and it changed its name back to STV again. The north of Scotland was Grampian. They tended to show the same programmes apart from local news and weather, but they're all split up into these little regions. So these people here are from Central, which isn't the same as Central Scotland, it's Central UK, which isn't really Central UK, it's Central England that they're talking about, because these people must be from the kind of Birmingham area, the sort of Midlands of England. Let's find out.
Hello, John. How are you? Right. Tell us where you're from. It's obviously a Midlands accent. From Whalley. From Whalley, yes. I know it. Nice parts of the world, isn't it? That?
Nice part of the world.
What do you do for a living, Dave?
Pattern maker.
A pattern maker. You married?
Yeah.
Any family?
No.
No family?
No.
How long have you been married?
7 years.
Really?
Now, see, what Jim's doing here quite neatly is he's trying to insinuate that this character here, who's been married for a long time and doesn't have any children, isn't very good at the sex.
I've got a book about it. What about you, John?
Yes.
Oh, right.
That's
So,
it.
I never asked the question. Have we got yes?
No, that's it.
You're not married?
Yes.
Any family?
Yes, I got two boys.
Two boys.
Yes.
How long have you been married, John?
8 years.
All right. Any hobbies?
Fishing.
Now, we've established that the second guy has had 2 kids. The first guy hasn't had any kids. They've been married for roughly the same amount of time. So Jim here is now asking if he's got any hobbies that keep him busy if he's not impregnating his wife.
That's right.
Most popular sport, isn't it? It's finding that. The more people fish than anything else, don't they?
Fishing.
Well, nearly everything else, isn't it? What about you, John?
Oh, I was playing pool.
Dear. Are you an athlete? Because you're like...
No.
You know, because like you're a model for a dipstick, really, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's getting a bit close now, yeah.
You're incredibly slim, aren't you? Must be the envy of all the athletes in the world, that. Because he's... Well, I should keep working on that.
Every night?
How long... Brewer, do you drink a lot?
No, not at all.
Do you drink a lot? It's an interesting question for a game show host to ask a a contestant. We've already established that he's terrible in bed. We've already established that his teammate is lanky and plays pool and is somewhat athletic. So now we're focusing on the guy in the grey a little bit more, and we're asking him about his drinking habits. Are you an alcoholic? That seems to be what has really been asked there.
You spilled most of it, didn't you? Nice to have you both with us. Privileged to have you here. John, off you go into your little seat there, Dave. There you go. And the next couple who are going to play with us on Bullseye. Come on,
Couple number 2.
From Television South, Carol and Steve Peckham.
Television South, so that's the south of England. Is that roundabout, is that Brighton area? I think so. Roundabout that area.
Steve, come on, tell us where you're from.
From New Forest.
The New Forest, that's right, Southampton, Winchester. Beautiful parts of the world, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
When you walked in, I saw the face grow a bit. Were you a bit frightened when you came home?
Yeah, I've been frightened since I got
Have
it.
you really? But it's funny, isn't it? It's different when you get on.
Are you frightened? Let's get you on TV. The cameras are running now. We'll get you on TV. Are you frightened? It's not exactly welcoming, is it? It's not exactly putting people at their ease. This is this guy's job.
On, isn't it? Are you happily married?
Yes.
Are you happily married? Not are you married?
When you walked in, I saw the face grow a bit. Were you a bit frightened when you came home?
Yeah, I've been frightened since I got it.
Have you really? But it's funny, isn't it? It's different when you get on, isn't it? Are you happily married?
Yeah.
Are you happily married? No, he's a shitbag. What, I mean, seriously, what's he expecting people to say here? Are you happily married? Are you an alcoholic? That guy's an alcoholic, and he can't get it up.
Have you any family?
Not yet.
Not yet. How long have you been married?
In a year and a half.
Just a year and a half. Well, you're up late, really. What do you do for a living?
Obsessed with the contestants' sex lives.
Pipe fitter.
A pipe fitter, yeah. And do you still work out?
No, I'm just a housewife.
And no family, so it's not a bad life, is it?
See, he was about to say here, don't say just a housewife, but he stopped himself.
You were the dart player, Cal.
Yes.
Why is that? Because
Unbelievable! Are you happily married?
and
And you're the dart
Well,
player?
it's not a bad life, is it? You were the dart player, Cal.
You're the dart player.
Why is that? Because it's unusual to have a lady.
Why is that? Why are you the dart player, woman?
Are you really into darts?
Yes, I've been darts since I was 15.
Have you really?
He didn't really start playing darts until he married me.
You made him have it then? Darts as well. Well, that's another bit that won't go out. Never mind that. Don't worry about that.
Oh, it will. It will go out, Jim. It will go out, and we will see it. We will discover from your flippant comments the true nature of your character.
Knowing Harris, it probably will. Now listen. Smashing, Gavin. You're right.
Smashing,
Good-looking
great
couple anyway.
smashing.
It's really lovely to have you on the show with. Over there,
Oh,
Steve.
what was that?
You're right. Good-looking couple anyway. It's really lovely to have you on the show with.
Oh, really lovely to... what?
Smashing, Gavin. You're right. Good-looking couple anyway. It's really lovely to have you on the show with.
Really lovely
Over
to
there,
have
Steve.
you on the show.
Nice to have you. And the third
Split
couple
them up.
tonight going to play Bullseye. Come on.
Let's get the other ones out here.
Captain George Parsons.
Really talked to you yet, have we? First time to talk to you. Where are you from?
Western-super-Mare.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice part. Holiday resort, of course, isn't it?
Yeah.
I come from a holiday resort. Well, a resort is the last Morecambe. Yep. Have you heard of Morecambe?
Oh, that didn't work, did it, Jim?
Time to talk to you. Where are you from?
Western-super-Mare.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice part. Holiday resort, of course, isn't it?
Yeah.
I come from a holiday resort. Well, a resort is the last.
I come from a holiday resort. Oh, no, you don't come from a holiday resort, do you? You come from a resort. The last resort. You don't come from the last holiday resort, do you, Jim?
That's a nice part. Holiday resort, of course, isn't it?
Yeah.
I come from a holiday resort. Well, a resort is the last Morecambe. Yep. Have you?
Do people not edit these things? I mean, it's the 80s, but somebody's there to edit this, surely. Maybe there's a take 2.
Have you heard of Morecambe?
We have, yeah.
There's one thing to be said about Morecambe. The beach is near the sea.
Yeah.
Well, Western's not bad, is it? It's a nice, warm, friendly place, isn't it?
It is.
In the West Country.
Yeah.
Lovely quality of life down there.
Yeah.
Everything's slow and it's great. What do you do, George?
I'm heating engineer.
Heating engineer.
Yes.
Your own business?
I work for myself.
You work
Is it your own business?
Oh, that's his own business, isn't it?
You scheduled to
Why didn't you
you?
just say yes? What about you, Pat? Now, don't say just a housewife. Have you done a family?
Don't say just a housewife. You don't say just a housewife. The last one, she was just a housewife, but you're not just a housewife. Are you happily married?
Family.
Yeah.
It's all straight and there's none of that.
No,
none of
no,
that.
definitely.
No copper piping welded down and
No.
none of that. Have you family?
Yes.
What have you? 4. Oh well. You've done more than pipe fitting then all year.
He's not the
I've been
pipe
married,
fitter.
obviously. You look lovely and happy.
Yeah.
You got your own house. Yeah.
He's a heat engineer.
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty
Looking
good.
forward to playing again.
We are.
Do you feel nice and relaxed?
Oh yeah.
Not too bad. You obviously
Not
look
too
nice.
bad. A little bit. But
Just well, that's good.
Yeah.
A little bit of nerves is good, isn't
For
it?
sure.
All
We're in
right.
the right place.
That's right. Pat, off you go to your little seat. George, lovely. Well done. Smashing couples, aren't they? Won't they?
Smashing couples. Smashing couples, Jim. Smashing couples.
You'll get through it again, just to remind you. Come and have a look at the board and we'll just remind you exactly how the game goes.
Now,
It's the Bullseye
now, these are the rules. We're talking about the rules here.
dartboard with all the categories round the board. And in each category we've got bonus areas. And this is the different element of the game. These bonus areas of 30, 50 and 100.
Look at that. Look at that. That's Jim. He's using his finger here. And he's using his hand that is now the only thing that's on ITV at the moment is this board and Jim Bowen's hand. And he's pointing to these sectors because it's not enough to describe them. You can't say that this outer beige colour is 30 and this inner circle is 50 and the black is 100. You can't just do that and expect people to understand. This was the 80s. So what this requires is Jim Bowen's hand here and his extended finger to outline each of these segments of this modified dartboard.
These can be won by the dart player by hitting the subject chosen by his partner. And if he hits the bullseye, and you'll not believe this, he can get £200.
£200. £200 for hitting the bullseye. 1982. £200. What's that? Let's find out. So what was that? £200. £200 in 1982. I think 2020 is as far as we can go yet. So, a couple of years out. It's a good enough guide, I think. That £200 in 1982 is more than I expected. I expected something like maybe 400, 500. That's £721. That's about $1,000. Oh, $1,000 for hitting the bullseye? For hitting where Jim's finger's pointing to? The red bit in the middle? $1,000, 750 quid. So the outer, the lowest is 30. Even that's 100 quid. Even hitting this one, the lame one that nobody's meant to really aim for, the 30 quid one, in today's money is £100 or about 120 bucks, something like that.
What about that?
That is impressive. That is impressive.
And you should do it before you mean it, you see.
I'm doing it.
Once the subject's gone, of course, once the subject's been hit, it drops out of the game. All right, just like the last series. Okay.
Just like
Now we have arranged the order of the play before we came on the air.
They
They're
were
all
killed.
sitting there all ready to play the game. You can see them all. Now then, the value of the questions in the first round is £30. So we're looking at John to choose a subject for David to play the game.
Shelby's, please.
Showbiz.
Showbiz.
So it's David to throw, and we're looking at Showbiz. It's helping him there, flashing, showing where it is.
That flashing light, that's helping you. Is it?
David to throw, and we're looking at Showbiz. It's helping.
That light that looks like it's not connected properly. That light that looks like it's a bathroom light in a horror movie. That's there to put these people at ease or
Shelby's, please.
provide some
So it's David to throw,
guidance to
and we're
them.
looking at
That
Showbiz.
isn't
It's
going to
helping
induce
him
a
there,
fit.
flashing, showing where to hit the board.
Showbiz.
And he's done it. He's got a £30
£30
bonus before we even start.
Showbiz.
Well done.
That's 100 quid. Just like that.
Okay, the Force's Sweetheart
Beer lead.
Right, you've got that right.
There we go. Who became the Forces sweetheart? Beerlin. That's the question and answer. He's now got 60 quid. That's 200 quid in today's money. Takes a little drink, quite satisfied with himself. Well
All right,
done.
Steve, look at the board.
Spelling, please.
Spell it. All
Now,
right.
he wants to spell a word for money.
Relax. Flashing to help you, Carol.
Flashing to help you.
About it, you've got a question on words.
Oh, Carol. See, that's why Jim was saying how you shouldn't be playing darts because you're a woman. Because you missed that, didn't you? Not only did you miss it, you missed it by quite a bit. What she's trying to do here is she's trying to aim either for the bullseye and that life-changing sum of money, or this 100. So she's not actually that far away. If she's aiming for up here, then she's miles out. But I think she's aiming for down here. She's not that bad. But Jim's thinking to himself, this is a woman playing darts. This is against nature.
About it, you've got a question on words. There's no bonus, but you can still
No
get
bonus,
this question
yeah.
right, and it'll give you £30, and it is early days.
Early
What
days,
is the
though.
singular, Steve? The singular of mice?
That's a question on a quiz show. This is a quiz show that I think went out on a Sunday. I seem to remember this being a Sunday quiz show because I had school the next day. So this was the last bit of fun on a Sunday was watching Bullseye. So this is kind of prime time Sunday viewing. And we're talking about large sums of money as we've already investigated thanks to the inflation calculator there. That man has just been asked a question and he's going to get money for it if he provides the right answer. The question that he's been asked is, what is the singular of mice? Write down the answer at home if you know it.
What is the singular, Steve? The singular of mice?
Mouse.
Mouse is right for £30.
That's the right answer. Well done.
Now then, Pat.
It was the 80s. Knowledge wasn't great. He's doing better than expected.
Choose a subject for George.
Places.
Places. All right, George. In you go.
It's flashing you to help you out there.
No, in fact, he's got you a question on sport. But if you can answer this, you still get £30. So
Not
don't worry
good
too much
darts.
about that, Pat.
Not good
Here's
darts.
your question. What's the name of the Test cricket ground at Leeds? Now, it's...
I don't know.
That's not what is the singular of mice. That's not the same standard of question there. And he's tapping his head like he's trying to telepathically give her the answer, because I think he knows the answer to that, because he's a man and he plays cricket. This is a woman that's got a cricket question, which is inherently unfair anyway. But it feels like it's unfair how these questions are getting pulled out seemingly at random. Like, what's a dog? And where does this team play a sport that you don't watch?
It's absolutely right. Headingly.
But she got it right. It was Headingley. She got it right. With the telepathy
All
worked.
nice and relaxed. At the end of that round, we've got John and David with £60, Steve and Carol with 30, and Pat and George with 30. So we move on to round 2.
Round 2
This
coming up.
time, the questions are worth £50 each. They are a
£50.
little bit more difficult, and of course, we've got less categories for the dart player to aim at. Let's look at what we've got left. We've got food, places, affairs, history, books, Great Britain, and spelling. All right, John, look at the board. What about it? Books, Great Britain, and spelling.
We've got
All
what?
right,
No, what
John,
is
look
this
at the board.
What is this called?
Spelling, please.
So it's
What's
David
spelling again?
to go for spelling.
It's determined to spell.
Not forgetting the bullseye and the bonus, of course. Hasn't got you what you wanted. It's a question on Great Britain. So here's your question. No bonus, but the question is worth £50.
£50, yeah.
For whom is Chequers a country residence?
Prime Minister.
Easy.
Exactly right. Super answer
That's
that.
an easy singular or mice question there.
Steve, choose a subject for Carol.
If you're in the UK,
spelling
you know
again,
the
please.
answer.
Spelling again this time. Come on, Carol. You relax now. There's plenty of time.
It's the second time she's had to go with spelling.
The category is
It's
gone.
the
So you
second
can't
time
change
she's
the
missed it.
question. Still early days. Pat?
Snowy ladies, we're halfway through this.
History, please.
History. Now then, George.
So not only did she not hit the right segment, she hit a segment that had already been hit. So that means that there's no questions there. You get no money.
No, it's
Terrible darts here.
And the
Terrible
question's
darts.
gone, so we can't ask the question. So at the end of that round gives us the scores with John and David £110, Stephen, Carol and Pat and George both with £30 each. As we move to round 3.
Round 3 now.
Here it can all upend because the questions are worth £100. They are a bit more difficult and we have got less categories.
These are a little bit more difficult questions, so we can expect something along the lines of what is the plural of deer?
We've got food, places, affairs, history, books and spelling. What about it, John?
Spelling, please.
Spelling for David.
The fifth time of asking, is it? Fourth, fifth? No.
Great Britain.
And it's
Can't
gone.
ask the question because it's gone. So we move on and we look at Steve. Choose a subject.
Affairs, please.
Affairs.
Dear Steve.
Current affairs, Carol. Flashing to help you.
One Carol, flashing to help you, woman.
And she's in. She's got a
That's
£30
it, she's in.
bonus. And here's the
Perfect.
question on current affairs for £100. Name one of the two men who were the chief contenders in the February 1982 election in Era.
Charles Hawley.
He's right for £100.
That's a question I wouldn't have the faintest idea about 1980s Irish politics. So, you know, there are tough questions in here.
All right, Pat. Look at the board. Choose a subject.
One part.
Please.
Food. Right. This is for £100 question on food. Come on, George.
See, and this is normally what happens in Bullseye is they go for the segment of the board that is where the 20 is, which is where these darts players are most used to hurling their darts at. But this is like the last category to go is food this time.
Is there a
Yes,
£50
for
bonus?
50
That's
quid.
excellent.
Easy,
And here's
easy.
the question on food, and it's for £100. £100.
£100.
Which vegetable delicacy also produces fern-like leaves, and they're used by florists?
Asparagus.
Is right for £100. Well
£100
done.
for one asparagus. That's her. She's won. She's won this
In
round.
round 3 we have the scores with John and David with £110, Steve and Carol with £160, and Pat and George with £180.
£180. What's that? £180. In 1982. What? £180. In 1982. £650. It's not that impressive. He's on 110. And that's split by between two, by the way, because sometimes these people aren't married to each other, like the first couple weren't. Because remember, one of them had children and the other one didn't.
Round. We've got to say cheerio to John and David. Give them a nice warm round of applause. Come on, boys. Well away, weren't it? And then in the last round it all went. Never mind. You've got the bullseye darts and the bullseye pen, and you've got £110, which I'm going to count out for you now.
He has it in cash on him.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, £110.
£110 in crisp tenors that have been pulled warm from Jim Bowen's suit jacket pocket and counted live on TV. So you know that they're not joking. This is actually happening.
That money up with our compliment. It's been lovely having you with us.
There's your money. You've been fucking.
There you are. It's been a lovely having you with the lads. A great couple. Come on.
What a great couple. This man can't have sex, but great couple.
Now we move to round 2, and here, as you all know by
Now there is an image of Jim Bowen looking like a messiah, messianic, messiacal. Look at him. It's like the Salvatore Mundi there.
Fine. Now we move to round 2, and here, as you all know by now,
That's
we
deliberate.
use a normal traditional match play dartboard.
He's off again.
And you remember, in this part of the
It
game,
is.
2 remaining contestants compete in 3 rounds of darts against each other, and the highest scorer of each round wins for his partner a question, and the value of that question is the winning score. So it's pounds for points, all right? Carol, up to the hockey. Score as many as you can
You're still in this.
to get a question for your partner. That's fine, George, you still.
George, don't remember, but you're still in the show.
It's treble 20.
That's treble 20.
Single 20. And that's a 5. That's 85.
That's a really good score in this. 85, you hit the treble 20, you get 60. If you're scoring above 60, then you're hitting a double something or a treble something. That's a good score. So she's got a good score there. 85.
George, 85. Single 1.
1.
It's 18.
18. Lucky.
That's a 5. That's 24.
24 is not a good score. 24 is you've got your eyes shut.
So Carol wins the first round.
Carol wins that easy peasy. Now this question is worth £85 for her. This changes everything if she gets this right.
So here we go. We're looking now. This is for you, Steve. And the question for £85. People of which religion worship in a synagogue?
Jewish.
The Jewish religion is right.
The Jewish
Marvellous.
religion.
£245. We move on to
Correct
round
answer.
2. And here again, Carol. Over to you, Tom.
Here she is. She's better at the startboard.
Once again, Carol.
The spelling's not there.
That's a 5.
Yikes.
That's another 20. That's 45 for Carol.
That's not bad. I would still have won the previous round, remember. Now, where's Jim gone? Jim's disappeared.
George with 45 to beat. That's out the board.
That's off the board. Now that blindfolded, you couldn't do any worse than that. He's missed all the scores. He's outside the dartboard. He scores nothing for that. And he's on TV.
Treble 20.
That's much better than that.
And that's a 12. That's 72 in the second round to George.
Now that to me is lucky. He missed the
This question's
fucking
back
board
to
with the first
£72.
one.
Which acid in a lemon makes it taste sour?
Citric.
Citric is right for £72.
What acid is in a lemon?
Into round 3
Jim.
with all to play for.
So the final round, Carol to 3. It's double 20.
Double 20.
Single 20. And that's another 20. That's 80.
That's a good score again. She is already much better than me at darts. Much better than me at darts.
What to do? 80 to beat.
80 to beat.
Single 20.
20. Mind you, went off the board.
That's the 5. That's another 20. That's 45.
I
So the
think he went
third round to
for he was
Carol.
going for the board.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the
missed it.
question. Steve, answer this question. Takes you through to the next round. What is a condor?
This is the second animal-based question that we've had in the show this week. The first one you might remember was, what is the singular of mice? This man now, for a not insignificant amount of money in 1982, has been asked what a condor is.
I'll spell it for you if you like.
And Jim, helpful as ever, if you're not quite sure what that is, I'm going to spell it for you if it's a word that you're not familiar with. Because where was he from? He was from he wasn't from Birmingham. He was the New Forest, Southampton area. He was TB South. So I don't imagine there's lots of condors down there. So just in case you're not sure what a condor is, Jim's going to spell it for you.
C-O-N-D-O-R.
It's a bird.
It's a bird. It's
And that
right.
helped.
For £80,
Spelling helped.
£325.
You knew immediately.
Sadly, we've got to say cheerio to Pat and George, but they're still going away with £252. Give them a nice round of applause.
£252. Let's go to your inflation calculator here. And that's nearly £1,000. Come on the TV, we'll make you look stupid, and we'll give you £1,000 that you can share between yourselves. It's not a bad deal.
They've done very, very well.
It's $1,400 to get there. And tax free as well.
Last round, wasn't it? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
You've done very, very well. The money's there, £252, so it's been well worth it.
It's not counting now.
Isn't it? And you've got some lovely tankers.
Somebody else has
lovely
counted
tankers
that.
with bullet. It's all engraved on there, and the bullseye darts and the pen. It's been lovely
Yeah,
having you with us.
pen.
We'll see you in a couple of throws. Thank you.
You get a pen and you get what they're calling tankards. Pint glasses. You get a couple of pint glasses that we nicked from the pub. We're getting you some darts. And there's your pen. Just one pen. And 250 quid or something like that. Not bad. We've got the commercials here. I don't want to watch the commercials. We're going to skip through these. Get to part 2 of Bullseye. Here we go.
Thank you very much indeed.
Who's he? He left. Came back in again.
Remember on the last series, great on the last series, we did the charity gamble with the star dart player, and only 2 did it. One was Linda Bannon.
Oh, Jim. The Jim is about to describe a really pointless part of the whole show here was that it wasn't pointless because it was for charity, and that makes it worthy and good, and it was maybe the most preferable out of everything that we've seen so far and we'll see coming up. This is maybe the bit that actually means something, giving something to charity. What they do is they had like 5 minutes to kill to make up their half hour, so they get a professional dart player to come on, and he's got to get 301 or more with 9 darts. And what Jim's about to do here is describe what's happened in the past with these professional darts players. But see if you can spot how his tongue and his fingers aren't quite in alignment with each other.
Series, we did the charity gamble with the star dart player, and only 2 did it.
Only 2 did it. How many did it?
Series, we did the charity gamble with the star dart player, and only 2.
Only 2 did it. Now, we've talked about Jim's fingers already in this video, but I think we can all agree that that's 1 Jim finger, that's 2 Jim fingers, and that's 3 Jim fingers. So Jim Bowen here is describing 2 people by holding 3 fingers up.
Did it. One was Linda Bannon, and the other was this fella you're going to meet now. Give a nice warm round of applause to a Lancastrian, Mr. Billy Leonard.
Billy Leonard, never heard of you. So he's going to throw his darts to try and win some charity money for the couple.
You and Linda, didn't you?
For the couple that are
Well,
winning.
Linda did it earlier on, of course, in the series. Yeah. To do it twice is asking a lot, isn't it? We hope you do it tonight. He did it last time for us because, you know, we double the money. If he gets 301 or more, we double it. And it goes to the charity chosen by the finalists. Give him an encouraging round of applause.
So if he gets, I'm going to go to this, I know, I'm going to go to this calculator again and say 602, because if you get 301 or more, we're going to double it. That, in today's money, is at least $2,000 to charity. That's not to be sniffed at.
As he throws for charity, Billy Leonard is a lovely fellow.
There you go, Billy. Good luck. Bad start.
Treble 20.
Triple 20 though.
Single 20, that's 81.
So he wants to get over 100. And he's not.
Treble 20.
Triple 20 again though.
Single 20.
Needs another one.
Another 20, that's 100.
So he's 181. He wants to be over 200 here. He needs
6,000.
120.
Single 20. Treble 20. And that's a single
Didn't
20,
get it.
another 100, but that's 281.
He really should have gone for the bill there at the end. If you got the bill, You've got 311.
Very close, wasn't it? Yeah. Very consistent throwing. That was. Can meet the couple who've chosen the
That was a
challenge.
good effort.
Come on, Sam, and tell Bill.
I've seen professional players fall to pieces doing that.
To put money towards a guide dog for a pink box person.
Look at a guide dog.
For
Somebody
a
for a guide
specific
dog.
person in a new forest. And is this something you've got in this scene?
For
as well?
somebody
You're
in the
working
new
on that
forest.
cause, are you?
Yeah.
That's marvellous. You have £281. That's well on the way,
Yes,
isn't it?
that's
That's
well
Well
marvellous.
on the way to
I'm
get
sure
the
you must
guide
be very
dog.
grateful to Bill then. He's a lovely fellow, isn't he? Bill, it's been a lovely day. What a lovely night.
What a lovely man. Well done. Get your hands off her, Jim.
How you feel? A bit like that now. Are you surprised to get to this stage?
Yes.
Well, honestly, you've done
Because
very well.
you're shite.
You really did come back from the dead, didn't you?
Remember, because you're a woman throwing darts and you're surprised that you got this far.
We're going to show you a dartboard now. You know what I'm going to say to you, don't you? It's the Bullseye Star Prize board. Come and have a look at it. I'll explain it to you.
Jim's going to explain the board now. I think he's going to
It's
point
a
at
test of
things.
memory as well as skill, this. Listen very carefully. We've got black segments and red segments. And in every red segment, there's a super prize.
It is.
In 1, for a suntan all the year round, a 10-element sunbed.
Skin cancer.
In 2, a stereo car radio cassette with speakers. In 3, an upright freezer with shelves and fast freeze
Got
compartments.
shelves.
In 4, wake up to the sound of music and a refreshing cuppa with this radio alarm tea's made.
Nothing says
In
age
5,
like
a
a teasy mate.
D-shaped hall table with a green embossed leather top.
A table.
In 6, a 3/4 length ladies' sheepskin coat.
Cool.
In 7, a microwave oven with automatic turntable and special defrost setting. In 8, for the children, in fact for the family, a cartridge video game.
For the children. No, not for the children. For the entire family. It's a cartridge video game. It looks like it's, what's that, an Atari 2300.
And Bully's prize this week, a remote-controlled video cassette recorder capable of recording 7 separate programs on 7 different channels over a period of 7 days.
Look at the size of that thing. It's
Programs
like
on
half the
7
size of the
different
TV.
channels over a
Look at it. And it's capable of what?
cartridge video game. And Bully's prize this week, a remote-controlled video cassette recorder capable of recording 7 separate programs on 7 different channels over a period of 7 days.
Capable of recording 7 different programs on 7 different channels. In 1982 in the UK there's 4 channels. Maybe Channel 4 has been launched at this point. But 7 different programs on 7 different channels in 7 days. That massive box, that's what that can do. Impressive.
Can't you see the prize is there? We're giving you 9 darts. 6 for you, Carol, and 3 for you. All right. So we want you to do the first
all these
3.
numbers.
Just a little point to help you. In this game, keep out of the black and in the red. Now you get nothing at all for 2 in a bed. All right. If you get 2
Get
in
your
a
hands
red,
off
you
them,
lose the
Jim.
prize. All right. So best of all, the game on, and it's over to young Tony.
It's Carol throwing first 3 darts.
Carol's thrown first. She's a dart player. Remarkable.
That's in the red, it's number
That's
6.
fine. That's the latest sheepskin coat.
You won the coat. Ooh, a reaction from the audience.
Another red, number 7.
That's a microwave oven.
They don't care about the oven. They like the coat though.
It's in the black. Very good.
Never mind, you've got 2 on 3. That's a marvellous start for you. The sheepskin coat and the microwave oven. Steve, you all get 2 out of 3.
Dismissive
Marvellous
electrician,
start for you. The
man.
sheepskin coat and the microwave oven.
Mm.
Steve, you all get 2 out of 3. It's marvellous.
Steve with 3 darts.
This isn't his first time doing this.
Well, that's in the red, it's number 8.
That's fine. That's the video game.
Is it?
Children.
Well, that's in the red, it's number 8.
That's fine. That's the video game for the children.
Was it?
That's in the black.
That looks more red than the last one did.
That's in the black, very near the ball, very
One
much.
for the goal.
Never mind, you're still doing very, very well. You've got 3 super prizes. Take your time, Carol.
3 down to 2. Counted.
Stand very square.
That's in the red, number 3.
That's the fridge freezer.
Fridge freezer with shelves.
That's
the bullseye! Now, you won that tiny television in that massive box. What they normally do is they go for the bullseye first, because if they miss it, they don't inadvertently hit something that they've already won, because if she'd missed that, and hit number 5 for her sheepskin coat, she would have lost her sheepskin coat. Because like Jim's rhyme said, keep out of the black and in the red. There's nothing in this game for two in a bed. That's what he says in later series. I'm not sure what he said at the start there. It wasn't that, but it wasn't quite as memorable, obviously.
Right, that's the last one away.
Let's have a look at what you've won. Can't believe it. You have won the fridge freezer, the ladies' sheepskin coat, the microwave oven, the video game,
What a
the
haul
video
of
cassette
prizes.
recorder. What
For
about
full
that?
marks.
Mark?
He's touching her again. Look.
Listen very carefully. What an incredible night you've had, haven't you?
An
Really
incredible
right
night.
foot north.
Have you enjoyed
Remember what you've
yourselves?
won. We're going to
Are
ask
you
you
happy
to
with
play
it?
again.
Are you an alcoholic?
Gamble the prizes you've won there.
Don't
They're yours. You
touch
can
it.
take them away if you want to. You can gamble them against tonight's star prize, which is hiding behind Bully. And all we want you to do is throw 101 or more with 6 darts. 3 for you, Steve. 3 for you, Carol.
So this is for the star prize that's hidden behind Bully. Now, what this normally would be, famously in the UK, this would be like a speedboat. And the couple that are winning it, they live in a block of flats somewhere in the middle of Birmingham. They have no need, no use for a speedboat, but that's what they won. So what they've got to do is throw 101 or more with 6 darts. He gets 3 darts, she gets 3 darts. He can't play darts, remember. Or maybe he can, maybe he's happy to, but she's a better player. So he's really the fly in the ointment here. If it was up to her to throw 6 darts and get 101, she'd probably do it, right? But he can't play darts very well. So that's really saying, is he so bad that you can't recover the balance, is basically the question. And from what I've seen so far, I think you should probably go for it.
You've got the time it takes that board to revolve to tell us. Now, please have a chat about it because you've got a lot of money there on there.
Thank you. No,
You've decided
I'm not going to go for it.
You're going
And
to take what
it's
you've
the
got.
prizes.
All right, well, look, hang on, I don't blame them.
Because that money was safe. They were gambling just the prizes.
And £325, all those prizes. We've got the Bullseye darts, the pens, these 2 super Bullseye tankards. It's been marvellous having you with us. We're thrilled to bits.
And
Give them a nice
that
round
massive
of applause.
video recorder was probably worth an awful lot of money in 1982.
Well. Now, you know what we do. First time in the series this has happened. They're not gambling for the prize. So we bring back the couple who came second in the competition, Pat and George. Give them a nice welcome
Came
back on the
second.
screen.
They're determined to give away what's hidden behind Bully, or to get their money back if they fail to win.
Now we'll ask you the same. You've won £252. And you can gamble that if you like against tonight's star prize, which is hiding behind Bully. 101 or more with 6 darts. What do you think?
I think I'm quite happy as I am.
They're going. I don't know what to
No.
say about it, but there you go.
Now, they were gambling their money. First couple, they're gambling the prizes. Their money's safe. Nobody's going to take that away from them. This couple here, though, they're gambling their money. And they've got 252 quid, which, if you remember, was a third of that. So it's 700 quid in today's money, about $1,000. So 500 each. $500 each. He's decided for the 2 of them, because it's 1982, that they don't want to gamble. He doesn't want to gamble. Jim is crestfallen at this because he thinks that these guys are going to go for it, but he's surprised, and he lets that surprise be known.
I think I'm quite happy as I am.
They're going. I don't know what to say about it, but there you go.
Doesn't know what to say.
I'm not sure I blame you,
It's
but
his
there you go.
job.
£252.
It's his job to say things, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know what to say about it. So now we've got
So what do we do now? The first
people
time
that
in
lost
2
half an
series
hour
this
ago.
has happened.
They're
We bring
halfway
back the
home.
couple who came third in the competition. That's David and John.
drag them back. Remember, the guy that couldn't get his wife pregnant. Now he's back up.
All right, John. Now then, the same applies to you now. Come back. I bet you never thought you'd be back here at this stage, did
You
you?
would never have thought
You've
it.
got £110. You can gamble that for tonight's star prize. 101 or more. 3 for you and 3 for you. What do you think?
You can have a go.
You've got, yeah.
We'll have to have a go. If they didn't have a go, then Jim's having a go.
You have to go first. One dark player to go first. All right.
Stand there, dear. Over to Tony. Come on now.
So he's a non-dart player, so he needs to get, hopefully, you give himself a wee blessing there to give himself good luck, because he probably wants to get, if he gets 40, then the dart player's probably going to be quite happy. More than 40 would be a dream come true. If he gets like 8 or 11, then it's a big ask for the dart player to recover from that. Because remember, these people aren't professional darts players. You may have noticed that.
John,
And he's definitely not.
tonight's star prize. Well, that's double 5. It's a single 5. And that's a 14. That's 29.
That's not great. So he needs
So David
72.
needs 72. 3 darts each to do it. It's double top. That's 2.
He's done it! He's done it! Come on, look and see what you've won! What is it? It's a mini. Now, I think I spotted something there. It looks like it's a mini. They won a car. It looks like it's got a bow in it. But that's what they won. Because look, he needed 72. He got double 20 at the start. The outer ring, that's worth double. So that double 20 is worth 40. So that takes him up to 69. So now he only needs 32. And with his second dart, he gets treble 20. So he scored 80 there. So that's him on 109 already. So he's already won it with 2 darts. They've done it with 5 darts. Doesn't even need to throw the last one. Jim wants to go on a drive. So those questions that we heard in the first couple of rounds, the questions and their answers were verified by the Encyclopedia Britannica. So somebody looked up mouse and found out what the plural was. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't see that every week. They didn't always win the star prize. That's a difficult challenge, and they did it. Good night, God bless. That's Bullseye. Well, I've rambled on here for the best part of 50 minutes, so I'm going to just leave it at that and say that's Bullseye. You can see it on YouTube if you're interested in watching more. Personally, I love Bullseye. I love it because it's kind of shit, and Jim Bowen isn't a great host, but he's lovely, I think. I think he's dead. He was lovely. He maybe still is lovely. It's a great show. It gets better as the years go on, but there you go. That's Bullseye. That's Game Show Darts. Well, thanks for watching, and take care, and I'll be back with more of the talk of the street if I don't speak to you beforehand. Bye for now.